Sister Wives already rings a loud bell, but the rules that Cody, the husband of 4 wives, has is even louder. You'll be shocked to find out some of the regulations Cody has put in place. Just wait until number 1. You'll be left with your jaw on the floor. Are you new to the taco? Welcome! Give us a like and hit the subscribe button for more great videos just like this. Now let's see these crazy strict rules the women from Sister Wives must follow. 4 moms for all. So yes, we're all shocked that this marriage, if you can call it that, has worked out for so long, especially since there are 19 kids between the 4 moms. Of course, they each gave birth to some of the children, but if you're raised in the Brown household, you will grow up with 4 mothers. Each of the moms, Mary, Robin, Janelle, and Christine, all treat each of the kids as their own. They even refer to them as their own children, despite them not all being their biological offspring. The kids will spend time at each of the 4 wives' houses and are all invited to family gatherings. No matter what mother shows up, the kids are happy to see them. Well, at least that's one good rule: equality for all. Major decisions are made as a group. As we mentioned, in the eyes of the law, Cody only has one wife that can actually make decisions for him. Say if he was in a car accident or something where he couldn't make the decision himself, but in the Brown house, that's not how it works. Cody's rule for the wives is that they are all equal, and it doesn't matter which one he is married to. The rule is strict that any major decisions are made by the 4 wives together. When Mari was legally married to Cody in 2012, she said she has the power to pull the plug. But I take into account what my sister wives have to say. I don't see me having any more power than they do. They all agreed that there is no power dynamic within the sister wives' households. Wives must be members of a specific church. While many viewers associate polygamy with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, it is not actually true. The sector of Mormonism does not condone multiple marriages and polygamy, which is a common assumption by many people. Why? We don't really know. Another side of Mormonism is that of the Apostolic United Brethren Church. It is a strict rule that all the sister wives must be members of this church. The headquarters are in Salt Lake City, Utah, where many Mormons from different churches reside. It is one of the largest Mormon polygamists sects in the United States. There are actually thousands of members, meaning that their way of life isn't as unique as we think. The Brown family and other believers cite the Old Testament, where patriarchs often had more than one wife. The practices continued in their lives to adhere with the scripture. 1 legal marriage. This isn't so much a rule as an actual law. Oh wait, yes, it is an actual law. You cannot be married to more than one person at one time legally. So Cody Brown, who was married to his one legal wife, Mari, for 24.5 years, divorced her in 2015 to marry his other wife, Robin, which caused some emotional trauma for Mari. However, she continued saying in an interview that it wasn't the end through tears. Cody said that he had made the decision so he could adopt Robin's children and make sure they were protected with insurance and other benefits. We wonder if Cody will keep playing musical chair with his 4 wives until everyone gets a chance to wear the ring on their finger. What do you think? Wife-on-wife intimacy is a big no-no. This whole new style of living situation begs the question, do they all get intimate as a group, or do the sisters ever get intimate together? Well, the answer to that is the rule. No wife-on-wife action of any sort. This is based on their strong spiritual and religious beliefs. It is forbidden for anyone other than a man and a woman to be intimate together. Sexual relationships in the Browns' 4 houses will stay between Cody and the wife he is with at that time. So for all you hopefuls, it isn't as crazy as you might have imagined. The rule is only 1 man and 1 woman at a time. The wives have said that sometimes it's easier to not imagine him with another woman of the sister wives in that way, but it becomes overly obvious when one of them gets pregnant. The pass it down rule. With such a large family, buying new things all the time would be very expensive, and not to mention excessive, so Cody has the pass it down rule, which means nothing goes to waste. When one person is done with something, pass it down. It goes not only for the children, but for the sister wives themselves. The sister wives also have a company named My Sister Wife's Closet, in which they sell selected items of clothing and jewelry online. It was opened by the 4 sisters and is run by them as well. The website has various items chosen by each of the different sisters, all with unique styles. On the home page it reads, "We want to build a brand that inspires humanity and the American dream by employing hardworking people that believe in the power of self-expression and importance of family." Sounds good to us. Weekly wife dates. It's important to Cody that his 4 wives get along and that they make as much effort as possible to be a cohesive family. Cody has implemented a rule that the wives must have lunch once a week together, as well as spend the weekends with each other. Cody has bought each wife their own house in Las Vegas, which naturally draws the wives apart. So he has placed this rule to keep his massive family functioning as a unit. During the week, Cody moves from house to house to spend time with each of his wives. Then normally on Friday and Saturday nights, the entire family spends time together. They must need a huge dinner table for those evenings. We guess the best way to keep a family close is to force them to spend time together. Forget the critics. Since the show began in 2010, the Brown family has been in the public eye, which obviously brings critics out of the woodworks, especially because their lifestyle choice is different. Many people criticize the way they have chosen to live. With their own reality TV show, Cody and his wives have heard almost every insult you can think of. Sure, they have their fair share of fans, but it's not those folks Cody is worried about. With such a huge family to protect, Cody has a rule that they never listen to any of their critics. He doesn't want any negative energy or cynicism to ruin the beauty he has fostered within his unique way of life. With the family all still together in 2018, it seems like Cody's doing something right. In case of jail. Okay, so this rule was resurrected in the chance that Cody and his wives got arrested. All the children must have a guardian in the case that the laws crack down and place the adults in jail. Yep, you heard that right, but we'll say it again, in case they go to jail. They are more concerned with them going to jail than anything else because their beliefs butt heads with many laws. Cody decided to go public with his family out of a sense of duty to the world. The family relocated to Nevada to escape the strict laws in Utah. When Cody and his wives returned to participate in a rally to let this practice become legal, he made sure all the kids were assigned guardians in case they were arrested for polygamy. Good on Cody for putting his family first. Cody is the king. Despite the wives already dealing with the huge family and all the kids, there is one person who comes before everyone. Can you guess who that is? You're right, Mr. Cody Brown, the patriarch of the family. Cody's needs always come first, and the wives need to understand and obey this. If Cody is in need of something, it is the sister wives' duty to see he gets it. Cody is the role model, peacekeeper, provider, and the ruler of the family, and needs to be treated as such. We imagine with Janelle, Mari, Robin, and Christine that there is always someone around to see that his rule is met. Do you think it's fair? We wonder how the sister wives feel about this rule while also taking care of all the household duties and chores. Appear unattractive. This may be one of the most problematic rules that Cody or the church has implemented on the Brown family, telling his wives how to look. Sure, they have shocked us a few times already, but this one takes it to the next level. The wives often wear head-to-toe clothing, covering almost every inch of their bodies. Yes, they are meant to be conservative, and it is part of their culture to always remain modest, but you can still put some effort in. Now, we don't want to get too judgy on this one, but when you're fighting for your husband's attention, you should be allowed to throw in a little mascara. No matter whether this rule comes from Cody or the church, we think a woman should present herself how she wants to. Can we get an amen? Children must be chaste. Within the religious and family bounds of this shocking family, another rule seems like it fits right in, and that is the sister wives must keep their children chaste. The wives are all expected to strictly enforce chastity amongst all the kids. Cody doesn't even allow any of his children to hold hands or kiss on dates. In the book Becoming Sister Wives, there is an event recounted of one of the girls wanting to go dancing with a boy. Christine and Cody had to meet with him and read all of their text messages. Once it was certain the relationship was platonic, they allowed her to go. In Season 5, Cody said he believes kissing leads to more contact and that premature physical contact leads to heartbreak. Now that might be true, but don't you want your children to learn through experience? Accept complications. Obviously, there is going to be some drama when you have 4 wives, so Cody has not shunned drama, but he has made it a rule to accept the complications instead of push up against them. Since all the wives choose to be with Cody and were not forced into this life, all the sister wives openly accept his rule, probably because they knew what they signed up for when falling for this man. A normal marriage is difficult enough, so we can't even imagine the complications in a pluralistic partner lifestyle. In Cody's book, Mari says, "I would never trade my experiences with sister wives and the wonderfully large and dynamic family we share for the simplicity of monogamy. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world." Despite the difficulties that arise, the sister wives face them with courage. No husband, brothers. Of course, Cody also has his own private rules in regards to intimacy, which we touched on earlier, but he has other rules that seem more in his benefits than in his 4 wives' benefit. Obviously, this must be another rule supported by the church as well. But the sister wives are not allowed to have any relationships outside this polygamous family. While Cody has his 4 wives, the women only have their one husband. There is to be no funny business of any kind. Seems like a lot of work for one man to keep 4 women happy. When asked about his wives marrying other men, Cody says he isn't comfortable imagining it, finishing off his sentence with, "The vulgarity of you with 2 husbands sickens me. I understand this seems somewhat hypocritical, and I don't know how to get around it." Drinking and gambling is sort of off limits. Cody may be changing up his rigid rules by letting a little drinking slip by. Alcohol consumption is not strictly a no-no for the sect of Mormonism they are in, but the sisters rarely drink and aren't encouraged to. Drinking has been shown in the series very rarely. As for gambling, the family never engages in this activity. They have attempted to sell jewelry at a casino, seeing as they are living in the city of sin, Las Vegas, but made it clear they are against what happens there. Despite the rare occasion of enjoying the good stuff, Cody makes it very clear that he doesn't want alcohol to be part of his family's life. We can only imagine that if drinking was allowed in larger quantities, there may be a feral fight break out. Who knows what would happen, but it would definitely make for some good TV. Which rule did you find the most shocking? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to The Taco. See you next time.